Adobe offered $3 billion to buy Synthesia, one of the fastest growing AI video startups in the world. But Synthesia said no. That no says a lot. Because before that, companies like Adobe just thought they can buy their way into innovation, but it seems like it's not the case anymore. So in this video I want to look at exactly what makes Synthesia think that they can do it without Adobe, and why companies like Adobe's especially are failing nowadays. So here's what happened. In mid-2025, Adobe, a $200 billion giant in the design industry, tried to acquire Synthesia. Synthesia turns text into video through AI avatars. So you just type in your text and an AI will read it for you, and it looks like a real video. So no cameras, no studio, no actors, just type and you got your video. And according to TechCrunch and Sifted, Adobe's offer was around $3 billion. And Synthesia AI said no. And it makes sense, they just raised a round of 180 million for the valuation of $2.1 billion. And by October 2025, they just closed another round led by Alphabet and Nvidia for about $4 billion. So yeah, $3 billion doesn't sound that much, right? But let's look closer at Synthesia AI, because Synthesia is not just another startup. They've been around since 2017 and their founders are from UCL and TUM. So real deep learning people, not just hype chasers. And their goal was simple: make videos as easy as writing an email. And by 2025, they hit 1 million users, over 60,000 companies. The crazy thing is, over 70% of Fortune 100 companies said they already use Synthesia AI for training or for any other type of videos. And honestly, that's what Adobe was trying to buy: momentum, simplicity, and relevance. In my humble opinion, Adobe is old news. They used to invent creativity. Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign. These tools shaped the entire design industry and it was standard for decades. But now every move feels defensive. Like, even if you look at their Adobe Firefly tool, it didn't look like innovation, it looks more like a step that had to be done. And Synthesia was supposed to change that. It was their approach to try to buy themselves into the future. But Synthesia said they don't want to be part of Adobe's world. They want to build something on their own. And to be honest, the online news said the deal failed because of the valuation, but I think Synthesia and the team just didn't want to join Adobe that early already. And as a designer, for me this hits home because I've been using Adobe's tools for quite some time. And in my view, Adobe thought that people just want to have AI inside of Photoshop. But that's not the case. People just didn't want to have Photoshop. They want to have results and they want to have output. And that's what Synthesia is doing. So while Adobe is designing for designers, Synthesia is designing for everyone. And that's a real shift that's currently happening in the design industry, democratizing output. And this is why the startups don't want to join companies like Adobe. They want to build something of real value and not just be another tool in a very expensive design subscription. But let's look at Adobe as a whole. While the deal was failing, the stock was already falling a bit. And their recent failure trying to buy Figma didn't help. According to Bloomberg, their stock this year is already down 25%. And the investors were nervous, and AI analysts talked about AI pricing pressure, which is basically just a nicer way of saying, hey, we need to get faster, better and cheaper with AI. And the crazy thing is, the AI tools of Adobe only brought in $125 million in MRR. But for context, Adobe makes $5.7 billion every quarter. So they're still profitable, they're still dominant, but there's no spark. So if you're building something, here's the one lesson that I want you to take away from this video. Stay close to the pain. Because if you're just trying to follow the hype, all you try to do is be a better Photoshop or be a better Figma. But that's the wrong approach. Synthesia asked themselves, how can we make video communication better, easier and faster? And then they just doubled down on that, while Adobe is trying to put AI into 10-year-old tools. So to reflect a bit on this, what I really love about this story is that it shows humanity. A big corporation wanted to buy a smaller startup and they just said no. Not because of ego, but because they truly believe they can build something bigger. And that's the mindset we seem to forget as we grow. The belief that we can truly build something ourselves. So if you like this kind of breakdown where design, startup and tech come together, let me know, hit subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Ciao.